I had with my producer prior to coming on just now, I said that either of my children could have done better, and then he said, your grandchildren, who are 10 and 5. It's hard to imagine. I think the 10-year-old could have managed it better. However, I do want to say something. I was listening to Tucker Carlson, for whom I have great respect, and he had what is the woman's name again? Lara Logan, for whom I also have great respect. And she was on, and she was saying, opposing the way in which we exited or are exiting Afghanistan does not mean that one opposes exiting Afghanistan. They're two separate issues. Well, they are. They are two separate issues. However, I would like my fellow conservatives, the majority of whom wanted to leave Afghanistan, to be as intellectually honest as I demand the left is. You must say, I am for the Taliban taking over Afghanistan. If you do not say that, you are a conservative who is not being honest. You cannot say, I am for leaving Afghanistan, but I am against the Taliban taking over Afghanistan. Then you are deluding yourself, and a conservative should never do that. That should be the monopoly of the left. It's equivalent to men give birth. Okay? To deny that the Taliban, that you are giving Afghanistan over to the Taliban if you leave. I wrote about this months ago, obviously to no avail, but nevertheless, I did. So you must be honest. You are for the Taliban taking over Afghanistan if you support leaving Afghanistan. All right? Then you're intellectually honest. And then I have no problem. I mean, I differ with you, but I respect the fact that you're not fooling yourself. That's the worst thing you can do. I am not for the Taliban taking over Afghanistan, and at the relatively minimal price of 2,500 to 3,500 American troops there, with NATO troops there, and things being pretty calm, I was totally prepared to stay there another 20 years. That is correct. Because between staying there 20 more years and the Taliban taking over Afghanistan and the massive victory against America that would entail by Islamic terror, there is no comparison in the price paid. So I was 100% non-ambivalently opposed to leaving Afghanistan. So there are two separate issues. Should we leave? There, most conservatives, in an act of very odd calculations, are for the Taliban taking over. You can't, as I said, you can't say I'm for leaving and I'm opposed to the Taliban taking over Afghanistan. then you've entered the men give birth arena. But Joe Biden ruined it, as Victor Davis Hanson points out, and I will get to that today or tomorrow or the next day, but I will get to it. Everything Joe Biden touches, he ruins. And there's a reason, because he's a leftist. Is he a leftist in his heart? His heart has no convictions. The only conviction his heart has is, how do I further Joe Biden's career and enrich my family? Those are the two paramount concerns in Joe Biden's life and always have been. In terms of dedication to helping America, there's no comparison between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Donald Trump really, really, really wanted to help America. Joe Biden does not. Okay. That's Biden, and that's Afghanistan, and that's the conservatives. Now Biden, which we would not have if we had a Republican president. Yes, every one of you businesses in America, you must not allow people who are not vaccinated, even if they've had COVID and are probably in a better medical position not to transmit or get the disease. Everybody has to get a vaccination. We've been lying to you, we on the left, since Roe v. Wade. The government should not interfere with our bodies. It has been a total lie on the part of the left. It was a bull-ass excuse to defend abortion at any time of pregnancy. Nothing they say they mean. It is what is said by the left is said in order to further their agenda, whatever the agenda might be. They do not believe people are in control of their bodies. But in the name of safety, you can force people to do that. Canada, you can't even fly if you didn't get inoculated. Canada is not a free country. Canada does not have free speech. Canada does not have free ability to even travel. Canada is not a free country. If Freedom House is at all honest, it should rate Canada as partially free. It should not be listed under free countries. New Zealand should be listed under unfree country. Hey, you have that New Zealand Prime Minister there, Sean. Only things that the government says are true. It's one of the Hall of Fame lines that we've picked up in the recent past. Only the only thing you can trust.
Trust us as a source of that information. You can also trust the Director General of Health and the Ministry of Health. COVID19.govt.nz. Otherwise, dismiss anything else. We will continue to be your single source of truth. We will provide information frequently.
Okay, that's it. No. With single source of truth, that's where it should end. We are your single source of truth.
And when you see those messages, remember that unless you hear it from us, it is not the truth.
There you go. Unless you hear it from us, it is not the truth. The ease with which the English-speaking world has enabled authoritarianism to take over their countries is breathtaking. The decline of the West is so dramatic, it's not even gradual. It's just over a cliff. One day there's Western liberty, the next day there's no Western liberty. Unless you hear it from us, it is not true. The Ministry of Truth has spoken. George Orwell is our prophet. And half of America is okay with it too. Mandates. Yes, mandates. Fellow American cannot enter a store unless they've been vaccinated. That's right. You're killing people. I thought the vaccine protected you. So who are we killing? Other non-vaccinated people? We deserve to die. Okay, we'll take the gamble. I'm on ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine, vitamin D, and zinc. And since it's a blood clotting problem in the great majority of cases, you should all be taking a baby aspirin. We should have worked on therapeutics rather than vaccination the entire time. How many boosters will you need, folks, of a brand new ideology? Oh, and the FDA approved it in record time. You think that was politically motivated or scientifically motivated?